Hello, BDL. Hello, BDL. Welcome to the end of the year award ceremony. We're incredibly excited that you guys could be here. My name is Rainer Fargus, and I'm the program manager for the middle school division. And as you can see, we're in this incredible space. So just before we kick things off, I'd like to welcome one of our board members, Albert Hederman, to come and welcome us to the space. So please, BDL, can we give a BDL welcome to Albert?
Thank you, Rainer. I appreciate it. As Rainer said, my name is Albert Hardiman. I am a board member of the Boston Debate League, and I just wanted to welcome you to the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston. I do work here. I'm the Director of Risk, Fraud, and Compliance for a payment application. And I'm just so ecstatic to see such beautiful faces in the audience. I can remember when I was your age, many years ago, as a debater. And actually, you guys are a little bit more ahead of the curve, because I didn't start debating until high school. So you're a lot more advanced than I was at your age. But the message I want to deliver to you guys here today is, don't underestimate the power of the skill set that you're learning in debate. You guys are participating in an activity that is rigorous, that is challenging, and you need to be rewarded and congratulated for participating in this activity. Because I guarantee you that you will use the skill sets that you're learning today in debate in the future. I just used it earlier this morning in comparing, do we remain in the status quo of our IT product, or what's the benefit of transferring to a new product, right? What's the inherency? What are the benefits? What are the risks, right? Those are the same skill sets you guys are learning today. So you guys are at the pinnacle of your career in debate. Keep going. I encourage you throughout high school, keep building the skill. It's not about winning or losing, but it's the journey that you're going on in order to build the skill set that you're developing today. So welcome to the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston. We're so happy to have you here, and congratulations to the end of the year. Thank you.
Can we make some more noise for Albert? Good evening, everyone. Good evening, students, coaches, parents, staff. I'd like to say, look at where we are. Look at where we are. My father was born in a small rural town in the south of Haiti called Okoto. And I remember the first time visiting that town and when I was 8. And I realized immediately that this place was different from our current home in the city. While we didn't always have everything, or we didn't always have electricity, at least we had an electric grid, we had paved roads, indoor plumbing, and other amenities that this place was lacking. But like everything that happens when you're that age, it was just another memory. It wasn't until I was much older that I was able to reflect on that moment. When I say much older, I mean like past year. When someone asks me why I work in education, and specifically why I work at the Boston Debate League, and I got to thinking about my journey, thinking about my life, and all the things that led me to working education and also at the Boston Debate League. And there was one consistent theme and common thread that kept running through all the significant moments that I could think of, and that was the power of an education. It was because of an education that my parents were able to escape the small rural town with no water, with no electricity. And to hear them tell it, it was hard. And it should be. If it wasn't, it wouldn't be a story worth telling. I remember them telling me how they would have to walk several miles down the road to study under public lampposts because they had no electricity when it got dark. And how they had to take off years of school when my grandmother couldn't pay in my dad's case. But through it all, they persevered, holding firm to the belief and commitment that an education was the only way to create a path where there was none. And because of their work and their sacrifice, me and my other siblings, all 5 of us, were able to come here, travel over 1,600 miles to a foreign land with a foreign language, and a place I can feel like it's a whole nother world. And here I am today addressing you at the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston. That is the power of an education. And I tell you this story because throughout the season, as I was going to the practices, as I was seeing you at the tournaments, seeing you reading the evidence, I thought of them because I realized your dedication to advancing your own education, and it reminded me of their hard work and their dedication, their sacrifices, all the skills and characteristics that you show every day to help forge and build this thriving learning community. So, we are here to celebrate that. We are here to celebrate all that you've done this year to make this debate season a successful one, a great one. From the countless hours of spending at practice to the several hundred pages of evidence that you had to read through, to waking up early on a Saturday morning after a whole week of school to come give us your whole day to argue about immigration policy, which is a topic that is current, sensitive, and difficult. But you did it with much respect, and you told us your stories. Through no work of ours, you realized that you didn't have to separate yourself and your experience from this topic that you care deeply about, because you understood that what you were talking about, either yourselves or people you knew, would be impacted by the outcome. So throughout this whole season, you've exceeded our expectations going into the season by coming to all those tournaments and being yourselves and lending your voice to the work that we're doing here. So I want you guys to make some noise for yourself for all the work you've done this year. But we know the values that you hold, that you have, did not come from nowhere. We know they came from somewhere, and it's from your parents. So I want to take this time to thank your parents, those who could make it. Can you make some noise for that? Those who could make it and those who couldn't, for being incredible partners, for trusting you in our care, for shuttling you to and from tournaments, for giving you space to practice, for everything else that they do that I can't think of right now. So please, one more time, make some noise for the parents. And there is another group I'd like to call out. You know, sometimes at the tournaments, people, like parents who walk up to me and say, "Hey man, thank you for what you're doing." And I got to thinking, I seriously hope that the coaches are hearing this as well, because you are the engine that keeps us running. we could not do this without you. Unless you didn't hear me, we could not do this without you. So please make some noise for your coaches. Yes. So thank you guys for being here. We're gonna get this started. So without further ado, I would like to kick off the show by welcoming our guest speaker, a former debate coach himself, and the current BPS Chief Academic Officer. Can we please have a video welcome for Charles Grinson?
Thank you, thank you. Good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, I'm gonna start over. Okay, good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, great. It's so great to be here, and I just want to start by thanking Mike Washington and Rainer Fargus and all of you all who do great work daily on behalf of students in the Boston Public Schools who are part of the Boston Debate League. As Chief Academic Officer, as it says, my job is to make sure teaching and learning is happening in the Boston Public Schools and that there's high quality opportunities like this for you all to participate in daily. And before I say more and get to sort of my core message today, which I'm going to keep short, because my staff told me that if you talk more than 5 minutes, they're not going to be listening to you anyway, I just want to know about what schools are here. So I can tell about probably how, the best debate team by, the noise I hear when I think about the schools, when I call up the schools that are in the room. So I know that Dearborn is here. Where's Dearborn? Okay. We're going to come back to Dearborn. We're going to try that again, Dearborn. Umana? Is Umana here? Okay, good. Okay, great. Boston Latin Academy here? No? Okay. Yeah. That was a nice, classy wave. That was good. Frederick? Is Frederick here? No? Chelsea Middle School's here? Not Boston Public Schools. But Chelsea Middle School's good. Boston Green? Elliott? Okay, I see a little Boston Green. Elliott? Okay, good. All right. Josiah Quincy? All right. Good, representing. Henderson? Okay, good. Let's see, Higginson Lewis? No, okay. New Mission? Okay, good. I see Kroc Center here. I don't know that group, but I'm okay. Make sure I represent it right. Joseph Lee. All right. I like that energy. East Somerville Community School. Okay, good. You ready, Dearborn? Because I'm coming back to you. I just want to make sure you're ready for that. Did I miss any schools? This is the danger. Okay. The Hurley School. Good. Sorry, Cameron. Mission Hill. All right. Good. I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. And so the Dearborn is here? Okay, a little better. So just want to make sure you're awake and paying attention. I think, Mr. Albert, who came up earlier, had a great message about the skills you give in debate as a part of being part of debate. And Rainer talked about the power that debate has in terms of impact on the education that you're receiving. And I'm going to sort of add to that message and talk about responsibility. And you all know full well, as you watch the news and as you see the debates that are happening in society right now, that we, as my generation and generations that come before me, are not doing the best job in taking care of this planet, of the earth we live on, sometimes the countries we live in that we're responsible for, and we need each and every one of you to be ready to step up. And so when we talk about education and power, there's an interesting quote I always like to go back to, and one that I actually shared with my students when I was a debate coach at West Roxbury High School many years ago. And Nelson Mandela, his quote, he said, "A good leader can engage in a debate frankly and thoroughly, knowing that at the end, he or she and the other side must be closer and thus emerge stronger." And at the end of the day, I hope that one of the skills that you gained and that you're under one of your enduring sort of understandings from this process is that it's not about one side versus the other, but about coming to a common understanding for the greater good. And when we talk about responsibility and when we talk about education and power, I would always say to students of mine that knowledge is power, but it doesn't mean anything if you don't use it. And so my amendment to that is that it's not that knowledge is power, but that knowledge applied is power, right? What are you going to do with it? Who are you going to help? When we think about many of the historical figures that you all have learned about and from, whether it be folks like Sojourner Truth or Cesar Chavez or Sonia Sotomayor, Frederick Douglass, Eleanor Roosevelt, Martin Luther King Jr., today's leaders, Alexandria Ocasio, Malcolm X, the list goes on. It is about knowing how to use your words to advocate for yourself, but more importantly, those who don't have a voice and the skills and the resources. The debate skills that you've learned and that you've been learning, whether it's been this year as your first year, or if you've done this for now 2 or 3 years, and we hope that you continue to do it as a high school debater, is like money in the bank. It can be used to help those who cannot help themselves. And I just want to leave that message in sort of memory and thought in your head as you go forth throughout the rest of your academic year, and you think about how you can play a role to help others and continue to do that, as I know many of you already have, in terms of the communities that you are a part of, whether that be your classrooms, your schools, the neighborhoods you live in, and even your families. This experience, I'm sure, has changed many of you in your lives, and it's your job now to go and change and impact the lives of others. So I applaud you and appreciate you. I'm glad that you had this opportunity. Debate is one of the most powerful skills that anyone can have, and now you have a responsibility. Tag, you're it. Thank you.
Can we make some noise for Charles? All right. So we're gonna get this thing started. So this is how it's going to work. So I will call up the school. You guys will go on, this is your left, my right. You're gonna go through the back, line up on your left. You're gonna go straight through, like a circle, and go back to your seat. So I'll call up the school. You go through the back, line up on your left, and go around. And then I would also call up the school that will be coming up next. So if I said, this is just practice. If I said Umana, but up next is Mission Hill, that means Umana would get up, go to their left, to come up on stage, and then Mission Hill will line up right here so they can follow up. Are we clear? Yes. Are we clear? Yes. All right, we're gonna see quickly if this got through. All right, so we're gonna do, coming up to the stage to be recognized is the Elliot. And lining up is VGA.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Today we want to recognize our top speaker at the Elliott School, which is Isabella Morales. And our Legacy Award this year is going to a student who has been with us for 3 years now. She started out debating in the 6th grade and now is getting ready to move on into high school next year. So our Legacy Award goes to Rebecca Woods.
Make some noise for the Elliott. We would like to call up to the stage BGA, and Mario Umana is up next.
Hello, I'd like to recognize 2 of my students today for my Top Speaker Award. I'd like to recognize Nye McQueen. She is not here, unfortunately, but I've just been so proud of all of the growth that she's shown over the year, the confidence that she's gained, and just how she's grown as a speaker. I'd also like to recognize for my Legacy Award, Joshua Smith, who also could not be here, but he has just been such a gift to the team. Very positive in every practice, bringing his friends to the practice, and really encouraging all of his team members before our debate tournaments. So thank you to both of them.
Make some noise for BGA. All right. Now we're gonna do a team award. This award is gonna go to a team that has excelled this year. When you compare, this is the 2nd year in the league, and they've done an incredible job winning several team awards from first team of several tournaments, and just watching the team grow has certainly been a bright spot of the season. Can we please make some noise for the Umana, for the most improved school?
Hi everyone, we just want to say that we're really proud of our team and there we go. And the Top Speaker Award this year goes to a student who's been on training for the past few years, Stephen. And Congress is getting the Legacy Award. Congratulations.
Make some noise for the Umana! All right. Up next, we'd like to call up to the stage the McCormick. And lining up is Chelsea Middle School.
Hi, everybody. A lot going on, trying to figure it all out. Want to quickly say, Raina's probably going to kill me for this, as I have my girls with me, and my team isn't here. But for anybody who knows me, I've been in the league for like 5 years, and I have a bigger vision. And one of the things that drives me as a coach, because I am a graduate of Boston Public, is I looked around and I suddenly realized when I went to national tournaments that we weren't really seeing winners from Los Angeles public schools, Chicago public schools, Philadelphia public schools, Boston public schools, etc. Can you please tell me how you can have a school district of over 10,000 kids and you can't produce a top debater? Say all that to say that the work that the Urban Debate League does, and that includes Boston and all others, is extremely important. You have no idea the opportunity that this presents, and more importantly, the representation that you are responsible for putting forth. I am determined to work with the Urban Debate League, Boston, and otherwise every coach in here to make sure that the voices of our children be heard. So that being said, they can kill me afterwards. Our top speaker is Kayla Jackson Brown, and our legacy award goes to Elizabeth James. Thank you.
Make some noise for the McCormick! All right, so this is another team award that we're going to do. This award goes to the best youth school. So this is a team, it's the first year in the league, and they've done an incredible job to recruit students, getting everyone involved, even some fifth graders, to be part of the league because they believe so strongly in the mission. And it's just proud to welcome them to the stage. Please welcome and congratulate the Chelsea Middle Schools for the Best Youth School Awards.
Hello, everybody. I'm Mr. Letellier, the debate coach for Chelsea Middle Schools. I just want to say how super proud I am of all of you and my team. Getting to know them has been an absolute pleasure. Our top speaker award for this year goes to Luisa Barbosa, and our legacy award for bringing a lot of spirit to the team goes to Ismail Alagech.
Make some noise for Chelsea. Congratulations. Coming up to the stage is the Joseph Lee K-8 School. Please make some noise for the Joseph Lee K-8 School.
We'd like to thank the Debate League for providing the opportunity for the Joseph Lee School K-8 to participate in the debates this year, especially the fourth and fifth graders that they opened up. Our top speaker this year was Tara Bly, who did a wonderful job, and our legacy awards for Tatiana Ali Stevens.
Please make some noise for the Joseph Lee School. All right. All right. The next team we'd like to call up to the stage. Please make so. This is also a new school this year, and they've been incredible. The swag game is very serious. So please make some noise for the Dearborn STEM Academy.
I would like to present for our top speaker this year, Jaden Williams. And for our Legacy Award, it goes to someone who, after going to his first tournament, really took debate seriously and tried in our practices and did the work that needs to be done, Edward Graustock.
Make some noise for Dearborn STEM Academy. So, this is time for another school-wide award. This is for the Impact Award. And this goes to a school that has been incredible. This is the first year in the league as a full team where they've been able to participate in all of the tournaments, and then the progress they've made has been astounding. They will actually, hear this guys, they will actually be sending their whole team to Washington, D.C. to go support, yeah exactly, make some noise for that. That is incredible, so please make some noise and welcome to the stage, East Somerville Community School.
We are humble and proud of the hard work that our children, my coach, we have worked very hard, and with determination we got here. Thank you for Boston Debate League. You guys do a wonderful work. We thank all the other coaches, all the other children, all the debaters. You have made this journey a wonderful one. Thank you, congratulations. We are all winners. Remember that. Just the opportunity to be in debate is listen to all the words of the speakers I had said before. This is power, and we are very privileged to be here with you today. Thank you. Here are our top speaker, Evelyn Flores. Step in, please. Step. And our Legacy Award could not be here today, so I'm gonna ask Ana Luna to receive the award in her name. Nicole Ordonez Lopez. Thank you.
Make some noise for the East Somerville Community School. Congratulations, guys. All right. I don't know if you guys remember this, but in one of the debate corners, I sent out an ask, and anybody remember what the ask was?
To take a video.
Hold on.
Sorry.
Hold on, what is it?
To take a video. To take a video of saying what debate means to you.
Exactly, which is to answer the question, what does debate mean to you? And a couple schools did actually fulfill that ask, so I will be playing that here, which is a quick video. Don't worry, which is a quick video of them saying what debate means to them. I hope you guys enjoy it. Hold up. It will happen, I promise you. These things always happen, so give me 2 seconds. Give us 2 seconds. I think we got it. All right. Don't worry. All right, we want to be able to hear it. All right, guys, hold on. Hold on. It's almost as funny without the volume.
Your voice. I guess.
Words. All right. Couldn't get the audio working, but don't worry. I'll be sending it to every team to make sure you guys really become famous. All right. Technical difficulty aside, there is also someone else who would like to answer the question of what does debate mean to you, and she is our Andrew Brokos Award winner, and she will be telling you what debate means to her. So please, ladies and gentlemen, can we please make some noise? 1 second before this works. Please make some noise for Qatar Maroof from the Hurley KA School.